Welcome, I'm the Deadwood Jedi. There's another Raid Shadow Legends video, and today we are on the free-to-play Road to Ultra Nightmare. Got my coffee here, ready to go, and looking at the daily login, it is day 33. And, you know, we've done a lot over this time. One of the most important things I just recently completed. I'm very excited about it. And basically what it is I got Masteries on my champions. That's right. They're all level 60. Look at that. They all have War Master, Venomage fully mastered, Deacon fully mastered, Elva fully mastered, and Rhonda fully mastered. This is huge. This is huge. Now we're going to really be able to see what my clan boss damage is at right now. It doesn't mean that we're going to be where we need to get to. It doesn't mean I'm not going to need better gear and stuff to improve, but it's going to give us a much better gauge of where we're at. Now remember, our goal is to beat YST. We're going to beat YST. Only goal. It's the only goal that matters right now. So we need 4 key Ultra Nightmare. That's it. All I'm looking for just right now. Small goals, guys. Small goals. Eventually, obviously, we're going to want to hit Ultra Nightmare on a more consistent basis, right? Getting to 3 key is ideal. Then hopefully we can start to 1 key Nightmare. This is like really where we want to end up, right? 3 key Ultra Nightmare, 1 key Nightmare. That means I can get both chests every day. That's really our end goal here. Potentially, obviously, getting to 2 key Ultra Nightmare, 1 key Nightmare. Then we might even have a key for Brutal if we need it. But definitely, we'll get our 2 top chests, even if we miss using one of the keys during the day, because it's kind of hard to time out getting 4 keys done in one day. I have trouble with it. I don't know about you guys, but you know, sometimes life gets in the way. So that's our goal. That's our goal, right? We're hitting that Ultra Nightmare in 4 keys or less. That's the plan here. And getting the Masteries is a huge step towards that, right? First step is getting them all to 60. Second step is getting full Masteries on them. And yeah, we do have a couple spots for Jareg here, but basically the big thing is getting that tier 6 offensive mastery, War Master on. That's the big one, or Giant Slayer, whichever. And now that we have that, everything else is just about making our champions appropriate for the level. So appropriate levels of defense or HP and accuracy. Those are the things we need. And of course, speed. So we're going to kind of see where we're at. Now, good thing is also CVC time, right? And we're going to get a ton of energy once I start cashing in that CVC. We're going to get a ton of chicken. So we're going to be able to start leveling up some of our other champions or secondary champions, right? Champions like Genbo and Ugo and stuff like that. People that are going to be really helpful for us in other areas of the game. Not necessarily clan boss, but that's going to make our team more well-rounded. Going to let us push things like Ice Golem, like Fire Knight, where we're not at stage 20 just yet, but are going to want to farm that gear. I really got attached to the idea I was talking about yesterday of using reflex gear on Jareg. Like, really attached to that idea. I think it's a really cool idea, and I think it might work. It's very, very conceivable that it might not as well. But, you know, part of what we want to be able to do is not just prepare what we have and make it as successful as possible, but also prepare for what's going to be next. And I've talked a lot about my speed tuning because I like to look ahead. This is what I do, obviously, and so it's a big thing for me. And so considering the ideas of like how do we get to a 2-1 ratio, which is going to help maximize what we do have, what's that team going to look like? Things like that are going to be really important going forward, and I want to be prepared for that, which means I want to have my chickens set and ready so I can 6-star that champion when I get them, right? I want to, you know, have all that kind of stuff prepared as much as possible. So DVC is actually going to be a really big important thing for us to be able to, you know, as a clan, do well, perform well, get some real nice rewards, because it actually provides a pretty big boost to our overall performance. And good lucky thing is, you know, we're an early level clan, which means it's going to be a lot easier for us to win these fights, right? We're tier 1. We're not tier 5 or 6, where it gets a lot more difficult and there's a lot more competition. And since we're all active, this is a really good chance for us to like jump ahead of things. So very excited about that. Other things we got going on. Let's sip the coffee. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next one that comes out. And of course, if you enjoyed today's music, we have that link down below in the pinned comment and description of this video, and you can use code DeadwoodJedi, save yourself 15%. And of course, if you want some account work, you don't like doing the work yourself, I'm more than happy to do it for you. My team is at the beck and call. Just visit my website, DeadwoodJedi.com. So obviously, we did pretty darn good yesterday. We did get our 3 key on Nightmare. which is fantastic. So first time we're going to get top chest rewards here on Nightmare. I'm very, very excited about this epic book right off the bat. That's a beautiful thing to see. That's exactly the type of stuff we need. You can get a little shield that's useless for us, but that's fine. That book is huge, right? Ugo takes so many books. And of course we got top chest on Brutal as well. And we take down Brutal now. Means we should get 2 of those bad boys. There we go. Oh, Void Shard. I love a Void Shard. That's great. That's good to see. Okay. So that's kind of where we're at as far as those rewards go and where we want to be. Obviously, we're going to continue doing that. If we were able to 3-key Nightmare yesterday, we're going to be able to definitely do it now that we have, some nice War Master on Jareg as well. That's definitely going to be a good thing for us. And just as importantly, because it is CVC time, we have access to the books. I've been saving these bad boys. I wasn't sure when I wanted to use them or how I wanted to use them. I just knew that CVC was going to be the prime time to pull them out. So obviously both Ron and Elva need books, but Elva's going to be the priority. I really want to get that cooldown to 3 turns. That's massive. I'd like to get this cooldown to 3 turns as well. We can get the revive being available sooner and more often. That's going to be a really big help for our team. The one thing I don't care about right now is the A1. Now Elva actually hits decently hard, but as far as like priority with books, cooldowns are going to matter way more. So I definitely need to hit this cooldown. I'd like to hit these cooldowns, but after that, the priority is actually going to be Rhonda. So hopefully we'll get some, hopefully we're going to get lucky right now. Gonna use some books, get some CVC points, do a little double dipping here. Of course it goes in the A1. Of course it goes in the A1. Why wouldn't it go in the A1? I spent all this time talking about how we don't need the A1, and yep, again, in the A1. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Exactly like I expected. One more time. Yep, yep. That makes sense. That tracks. That's pretty typical. Pretty normal. Yeah, okay. A 4th time, 4 in a row. Thank God. It's a revive. It's a revive. I mean, that's good. That's important. Not the one we need. We need the A2. We need the A2. Oh my God, just work. Just work. I have no words. There's no words. As for one thing, this cooldown right here. 4 books in the A1. Another one in the A3. Well, I guess on the plus side, we are almost fully booked on Elva. So that's cool. That's cool. I'm like scared to use any books anymore. Well, Jareg needs another 4 on the A1. I guess we could just dump them in there. Definitely good. The one thing about for me when I'm using books, like I said, cooldowns are going to matter more than anything else. Now I could put the books into Genbo, a good nuker, or even Dahi or Ugo. All of those I think would be very valid people to put these books into, but I actually think I'm gonna put him in a Jareg just because I'm gonna get more usage out of him. And while no, it's probably not gonna be super great, right? But improving that chance of the decreased attack will be helpful. And I do plan on having accuracy on him at some point, even if I don't have it on him right now when the gear abides. So we're just gonna invest it in there. We're just gonna put it in there, be happy with it, be comfortable with it, and say life is great. And then I got 1 book left. I kind of want to put it in Ugo, but look at all these books he takes. She is a reader. This one like lives in the library. Could do Genbo, right? I mean, a couple cooldowns there. Damage debuff. That's annoying. He takes a ton of them. Dahi, cooldowns, damage debuff, damage. I mean, Dahi's not so bad. I think Ugo's gonna be the most helpful though. The other option is Jizzo, actually. Again, this is like plenty of books going there. The reason why I would suggest maybe Jizzo is the 2 champions that are really good for Hydra, Ugo and Jizzo. Jizzo has that provoke ability, which is really nice. And Ugo, of course, has the block buffs ability. So we're going to put it in Ugo. Just going to stick it there. I think Ugo's generally going to be more helpful for us, even though it's going to take forever for me to fully book that champion. So yeah, that's just a little bit annoying. We got a couple rare books here too. Yes, I have a Fellhound. Yes, I have been booking my Fellhound. I figure that's going to be a good champion to use at some point along the way here. I'm already pretty useful and can be really nice against Fire Knight. Obviously, we're ways from actually utilizing Fellhound, but we're getting there. I can't believe we didn't get any books into Elva. That is the most... Oh man, that's like the most raid thing ever is, oh, we need all these books. They don't go anywhere we need them to. It's just like, of course, that's what happened. Let's talk about the training tournament that was just happening. We actually got pretty far along, getting those 2 champions 6-star, pretty good. Oh, we got another epic book along the way with that. Great, some 6-star gear. Excellent. Finished in 3rd place. I felt pretty good about that. Obviously would have liked to get further along, but I wasn't prepped to really compete in that like I should have. Another interesting one, there is a dragon tournament coming up. I'm actually I'm tempted to try this with Jareg, with actually I have a lot of lizardmen, right? I got Jareg, Jizzo, I've got Metal Shaper, I've got of course I have Venomage. I feel like I might actually be able to compete in this. The only thing we're really missing is some more consistent healing, which although Jarek brings some, I don't know that it's going to be enough to actually keep our champions alive and beat the boss, but I'm tempted. I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to take a look at it, see how much we need to do, and if possible, I might actually attempt to advance to this. It might be an easy way to snipe some extra gear, some extra shards. I think my account is uniquely suited for this. Obviously, having somebody like Krisk or something would make it even better. But I do feel like there's a possibility that this could be an approach, a fight that I could potentially win. Obviously not at the high stages. That'd be ridiculous. But maybe down here at one of the lower stages, I could be able to pull something off. And that's kind of something you know, might be worth using some energy for if we have the energy for it, right? Like, I think that is probably a good approach. So we could try that. I mean, you could actually just try it right now. See one run, see if anything magical happens. I'm highly doubting it, but we'll see. If we can win easily enough, it might not be a bad way to kind of double dip, get some decent gear and get some decent rewards while kind of approaching something that I've done before and get some extra stuff on top of it. So, yeah. The books was a real kick in the behind, huh? That one hurt a little bit. It hurt a little bit there. But yeah, that's what we're doing right now. So big plan, obviously just kind of continue the grind, right? We're going to continue the grind, trying to get more books. Obviously I need 2 more legendary books, or at least 1 more, but it has to go in the right spot. So probably 2 more legendary books if history holds at all. Definitely want to compete in the CBC. So, you know, try and get as many points in there. Just be as much of a team player as I can for that is going to be important. But yeah, that's sort of the game right now, is just continuing to try to grind and grow. But we're starting to hit that spot in this game where we just kind of have to maintain and have patience and continue to grind stuff. I'm waiting for a true dragon event and a true spider event, grind up the gear there to better equip our champions. I think once that happens, we're going to start getting some really, really nice results. But I do need that to happen in order to get there. And so that might be a little bit of time before we're there. I would not mind grinding a little ice golem too. Now that I have this reflex idea in my head, it's just not leaving. It's going to stay there for a while. So eventually that's something I'm going to be doing as well. But I'll probably want to wait for a 2x reflex event, right? And those happen not all the time, but frequently enough where I could probably hold off until that comes about. In the meantime, you know, getting more speed gear, getting more accuracy gear is going to be really, really important, because even if I do put a reflex set, I'm going to need to balance it with some other stuff. And so, you know, continuing to grind dragon, obviously this stage was a mistake. It's not going to work, but maybe Dragon 20 is going to be a really, really important step for us as far as continuing the grind and continuing to build our account up. So very, very kind of exciting where we're at right now. I think there's a lot of potential with this team. And, you know, just already being at the 3 key stage is such a huge, huge spot to be at. You know, just a little bit more gear, and I think we're going to be able to at least attempt doing Ultra Nightmare and get really lucky on some runs. Maybe we'll even be able to 4 key it. Probably a little bit away from that, right? I need to probably be doing about 20 to 25 million on Nightmare before that'll translate to the 17.5, 18 million I need on Ultra Nightmare. That's just kind of I think that's a pretty realistic transference thing. you know, but you know, as I said a few times, we have multiple options to go ahead and do that. So at this point, it's still just building these champions up and getting them ready for whatever comes next. This team's a fail. This whole video is a fail. I mean, the video's fine, but nothing else about it's been good. Can't believe those books. That drives me batty. I'm sure you guys are gonna get a hoot out of that though, so hopefully you enjoy that. Yeah, I think there's a perfect screen to end on. Defeat. That should be today's title. Defeat. Terrible. Guys, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much for sticking around. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Until next we meet, I'm the Deadwood Jedi.